I just want to welcome all of you once again to the Poetry Slam Season 4 edition. We were all here when it started in 2016. We had a very exceptional competition back then. 4 years down the lane, we're still here. We're making sure that all the poets from across the world have the same opportunity to be able to compete on a national platform. Thereafter, we give them the opportunity to represent the country in the International Continental Championship, which is the Poetry Slam Africa Championship. And the winner of this competition would have the opportunity to represent the Gambia in that. How cool is that? Also, we have amazing prizes that they'll be winning as well. We always try to keep it as a surprise. Hopefully by the end of today's competition or by the end of next week's, which is going to be the semi-finale, would reveal to them the grand prize, which is going to be unprecedented, never seen before on the slam. We always try to make sure that every year we give them something to crave for, and this season we're going to do exactly that, because the prize is going to be whooping indeed. So if you're hearing me, you don't even know what you would be missing if you don't win the slam. I bet they're all trying to put on their A game. My name is Fati Elika Moloshi, executive producer for the Poetry Slam, and we bring you the slam quarter finale from Ebunja. Right up next, we're going to start this round, which is the second round of the competition. We've done the thematic area already. Now is the time for the poets to bring on their masterpiece. But before we go into that, our judges for tonight's competition are: first, we have Chernogay. Chernogay is a Poetry Slam finalist, the first edition 2016, a great writer, great orator, and a great performer. A round of applause for him, please. We also have Jenaba Toure. Jenaba Toure is also a Poetry Slam finalist for, third edition rather. Last season she was here, did great performances. She's a great writer and she kicks it whenever she comes on the stage. A round of applause for Jenaba as well. And our chief judge tonight is By Ibrahim Cham. By Ibrahim Cham, you mostly know as a reporter. He's a writer, but he was also a rapper at some point in his life. So he is doing all he can on the slam this season. We're happy to have him. A round of applause. Right, so we're having special judges in this season today, Cherno and Jenaba. Our judges usually are Latika, Ndei Kumademba. Of course, this season we've been having By Ibrahim Cham. But it's always been our vision to have the poets at some point join us as well, just so we give them a fair share. And of course, you can feel that judgment coming from your fellow poets, especially those who are active in the game. Without much ado now, I've been talking too much. I just call on the first performer for this round, which is going to be Aissatou Saho. A round of applause for her.
Here to present a poem. The title is My Body is in My Custody, and it flows like this. My body is my right, and my right is my pride. I shall keep it safe, for it is my right. Stay away from it and be very right that it is not yours and mine, but my pride. Do not violate me, just let me grow. Allow me to blow, like the Asian tornado which speedily blow. Just like the river Nile which speedily flow, as steady and cold as the falling snow. My body is my right, and my right it is my pride. It is what defines me and allows me to hide, for it is my pride, I won't allow it to die. Then know your rights and never be tied. You as a girl, you feel cornered. Please relax, for you shall be covered. Feel proud, for you have a pride that can conquer the toughest battle of the misguided ends. This is a lie we can't take anymore. Wallahi, baby, you're reclab. This is another lie as sweet to them as sugar. Indeed, he is a liar who promised impossibly. He who asks for your chastity before matrimony. Say no, and never to be influenced by money, because money is not the solution to any. We tell money to be a solution. Really, it is a solution, with a mixture of problems and hardships, and never a solution to problems. Fellow girls, open your eyes. It breaks my heart to see you this wise. Can't you see your bodies are your rights? Can't you treat them right? As for me, my body is my right and my right is my pride. So therefore, know your rights, exercise your rights, and you shall be right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aissatou Saha. Right up next is Seydou D.M. Kamara. A round of applause.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. The title of my piece is How I Wish. How I wish I can trick, truck and jolt, pell, catch and kick, push, pull and poke. I will have won my country trophies. How I wish I can write and indict, reboot to visualize and recognize, hear and get the ideas with proficiency like an orator that will speak to educate. With a glance, I will advance the world better from alpha to omega. How I wish I can fetch myself water, gizzles and sour, access myself to the restroom. I wouldn't have disturbed the comfort of my neighbors. How I wish I can trick on plantation, toils on rice field and garden, fish in the ozone. I will have made food self-sufficient to my people. How I wish I can hear and sight that innocent child walking barefooted in the street, test the hungry, weeping in beads. I will have wiped her tears in cheers. How I wish I am not being despised, discriminated, segregated, and stigmatized. I'll be energized to give a peace, and I will show my community how worth living. How I wish I become a teacher or a doctor ready to instill foster, a soldier or a police ready to tend and fend the nation, a leader or a lawyer full of charisma. I will have ended and buried tribalism, nepotism, and nepotism in this community. How I wish I can sit in an armchair to chair national affairs, aid the cripples and those sitting in wheelchairs, chair a symposium to one on activism, see and hear the citizen cheers in cheers. I will feel the love of my people. How I wish my heart and my mind, my good wishes were to miles in the bodies of good souls. With power and perseverance, I will have been fighting for the dignity of my people. How I wish December 4, 2021 will come in peace and go in peace. Gambians will vote in peace and celebrate victories in peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Seydou D.M. Kamara. Now we call on Amis Sohna. A round of applause for her.
The poem I'm about to recite is entitled Thieves. Growing up, you know, like everybody say, was like holding on to a burning coal, but I didn't care. Because fire burned, but not fire. I fought with boys, they flocked me up, I cried and licked them to dry. And yes, at least that was juice for me, I like that. Now, this age, this size, is tired to the 1,000 words that amount to no sense. Walking in a house where leaders rule and not lead, where the preachers are the breakers, the same saints, the sinners, the mourners, the liars, government officials, you know what? Thieves. To the crafted begging mouths, we know you have munched the monies for the roads because we have roads. The traffic, I mean the desert, is the trumpet that transmits the lies you paste to your round table. Let's protrude our bellies and have a drink. Hear me. Your kids are not trekking the desert and pay 10 times 5 fares to get to school. The pigsties, I mean the hospitals, are not wrecking to kill your moms giving a life. The classes, I mean the toilet rooms, are not suffocating your asthmatic cousin patients. Thieves, your dumb kids enjoy the scholarships. What else do you want to hear? Those offices tuned to your bloodline. Make us understand the songs that we dance to. Are you not pissed enough? Well, I am, and even more, because these judges are not going to listen to me the whole day. So lock yourselves up, because thieves in my country wear suits and sit in offices. Like many voices, my throat has gone dry. We cry just to help the birds visit the sky, but not to make you stop using our names and cave them into pots to slot in monies. All that glitters is not gold. Yes, but gold glitters too. So can you not say, managing the national treasury is not easy like that day? Are you serious? I swear that was our expensive mistake. I swear that was our expensive mistake. Streets paved like jungle villages. The thought of walking in a junction end up in a house. You know what? Your degrees, I mean your papers, are for the cupboards, and they make a delicious dish for the cockroaches. You don't paste them on your forehead. Walk or we walk you out. You say her name, but it's not signed in your hearts. And if there's anything like hypocrites, you made me understand. And you're just one of them if you have to tell the apprentice in the car that don't mind just $2. That's not the point. You should know better because you didn't take dinner. Granny say that the goat that destroys the drum pays with his own skin, and you have the meat, but nothing happened. Do something with the TRRC recommendation, or we recommend you to mount. Oh wait, that's going to be so easy. In fact, pamper your bellies. Come back, join the conversation, and act like stupid intellects. And kids like me will pick up your scruples one after the other. You want to take me to jail? I've already packed my bag, but you wait until I'm done here. You asked me to scream, where I should yell and write the speech I should speak. You guys die and get to hell, I pray. The drainages refuse to be constructed, pay dues to the babies that die in the flow. So ping pong defines the rule of the game. You either be a king or a slave, a pre or a predator, a liar or a spy, and a liar is a spy. So call me a liar or a spy because I spy what you do and exactly what you do. I am walking out of this house, but before I do, let me ring this bell again. That your votes are your voices, and your voices are your consent. And your consent in this case are your thieves. So carefully, choose who your thieves should be. Thank you.
Oh my God. Really? Okay, I'll in for that, right? Interesting. So that was Amisana. I got it. So our next performer is going to be Mohammed Iba. A round of applause for him.
Okay. I got a piece. The title is Tey li ci biir Gambia. Tey li ci biir Gambia. You see, when you come to my homeland, the pretty little Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa, which is in the western part of Africa, which is almost surrounded by her neighboring country, Senegal. You see, Gambia is a peaceful nation. It's a nation that attracts many European nations. Her beauty and fineness make her own children to feel like a royal highness. The mighty land, the mighty Gambia, the mighty smiling coast of Africa, the home of the great legends Alhaji Biri Biri Njai Musa Afiangom, the home of the great Kunta Kinte, Persar Njai Sadaura Keraba Jawara Edward Francis, Gaba Jahumpa, the home of the great legends, the icons, the warriors, the heroes. But you see, I am afraid of this politics. Because of this politics, my pretty little Gambia is crying like a child. The only way to wipe her tears is to put an end to the noise of the fake politicians and raise the voice of the youth. You see, Gambia mu ngi toll si jamono bi nga xam ne ñu ngi wër ndam demul ndam di kul politique bi ñëw si diggante bi di xaajaloo xeet yi. Wax bi bari, wax bi dem na ba dominer suñu kaaraange réew mi. Jamono jaxasoo, xel yi jaxasoo, ñiiroo ak ŋaayoo wax bu dul jeex. Ku nekk di jaay sa morom may jàmbaar, ku nekk di jaay sa morom maa la ëpp doole, te kenn si gaay lañu takkalul métal di purom sa lañ leen takkalul. Seen certificate di A4 size paper, seen qualification dañ ko jënd bi tax nañu si bari seen carrière guddul. Politiciens yi tax nañ ba politique bu jotee wootekat yi dañuy woote ni kuy woote diina, dajale askan bi si étu yi gën a mag si étu yi si réew mi xoolal de. ak xeeti lu ñu bëri ñëppay wuy si ni kuy wuy si borom bi si pencum yàlla dajale ñëpp di leen dig duñ leen defal lépp di leen fekk te balaa may dee ñu ne dañu masahu di jégalu fallibility must be predominant but not capacity dëgg la ñëppay juum te du wees waaye yéen li ngeen di juum xëy buñ ko compté ëpp na seen compte xaalis instead ngeen ñu en bu diis bi wéy sama ndey di ngeen enaat en bu diis bi naxaat ak tiis mar ak xiit doon leen si yem rek de waaye di ngeen ñu dawloo diggante Banjul City ak Dakar City. Fis gis nga fii ki la war a jàppale du la mas a jàppale te life am baari tàppale su ma wéy dee make a call tonight da ngaa dégg mu naa la am busy few days later da ngaa dégg mu naa la number busy or the phone is either switch off or outside cabbage area instead mu makes a life easy but now he gonna make a life busy instead mu wax dëgg bi ne mënuma ko but now na la dawloo diggante gaalem ak sa gaale ni kuy daw safa ak marwa te doo fa jëlee dara lu dul xiif ak mar you see Gambia fii ñëpp a bëgg a doon jàmbaar ne Kunta Kinte make a history bay fi ndam waaye du ñëpp a bëgg a jaar fu Kunta Kinte jaar make a history bay fi ndam dëgg la am nañu independent waaye ba tey mën nañoo célébrer suñu victory si digg town street bi borom xol xelam liir du xam li ma liir borom xam-xam ku am déggin naay xam li ma liir fii ñëpp a bëgg a doon jàmbaar ne Kekendo waaye du ñëpp a bëgg a jaar fu Kekendo jaar jaar métti lool life am bari coono bari obstacle waaye taxul mu xaadi ba bàyyi dafa sàmm ngooram jaay deg coono ba yàlla may ko ndam Gambia nag dootuñ amaat ku mel ni Kunta Kinte dëgg la ndaw yi bari nañ waaye lu ci ëpp doole dañu yaa fuus coono bi la ñëpp di daw di dive hélicoptère buy daw di dive si kaw jaww ji fii ñëpp a bëgg a tekki waaye du ñëpp a bëgg a sonn tax na ñu bari soobu si bii fast money what we call rubber. You see the arrogant slogan that people have is now, business is business, either good or bad. What all they're after is the lucrative. They don't even care the negative. They don't even care which kind of business they are doing. All what they're after is this. Tanandaw yu bari di jaay seen ndaw góor ak góor di sëy jigéen ak jigéen di sëy du dara waaye ngir alalu àdduna cey àdduna ngi nii demal maa ngi ñëw lu waay def sa bopp lu waay def sa morom àdduna ngi daw ni kar life is like a relay because of our low education and ignorance our time we always delay àdduna bi ñu luk la si barab ni ndox bu taataa ma bamtuwaat àdduna bi ñu luk la si barab ni ndox bu taataa bul topp àdduna fàtte sa bopp topp seytaan àdduna du ngor ku mu fal na la folli bul nagu mu war la li mu yàgg na la folli àdduna bari melokaan bari couleur ni kakataar tax na ñun suñ jën kanami réew mi di ram ni kakataar politicien yaa fi ba tey di dunu live comédie di ak théâtre te seen movie du yette ni café avec théâtre fukki gaynde fi songoon benn gaynde daan ko fii ne dramatique way théâtre ba what goes around surely must come around wiiri jaari ndaare ñu ko doon sacrifice seeni time xam nañu booba théâtre te ñu ngi fii su ma leen compter rek ñu feesal Ibu Jah théâtre peace ma.
Thank you so much for that powerful piece. Now I call on Yama Danso. A round of applause for her.
The title of the piece is The Gone. The dead, like someone dead. The gone. Gone. Iko yemin fi, iko yemin fe, wala ka faji. Sakal na ko pexe. Fexe fekke sette jëfandook mandu muna am gere mandu xamal ne yàlla fi bari kàddu te bañ a fàtte. Kum fi jàpp say tànk yow doo fa xastalu sama maam ne woon na ma nit ay garabam te naxaru kenn la ñëpp di la yow xamloo na ma luy tànk waaye yàlla bàyyi na ma ay tànk te sank nañ ma àndandoo sama xel sori na sama yaram daw na laameñ lemu na aduna tukkee gud waaye pour man tukki na gisati la jafe nga rëcc nga bëggatuma waaye yére mandu ak mandoo ma téye di ma tette kon de dee du lu ñuy fagaru moytu mbaa sax sentu waaye moo bari torox tànde askanam bari torox tànde di nga déglu nuñ sakkan askan suñu bakken daf koy loxoti suqi te du ko forote na xaate waa daf koy forcé kon ma jubante la nga jub ngir yéenew ma la dugg fëgg si kër bu amul bunta palanteer mbaa sax leeraay kon yow yëflul sa ay jëf-jëf pare bu rek lu coog doomi aadama keroog tamak sabar duñ tegu tanki tubak sani loxo duñ yëngu ay bimbim njaraak meesh du na la ngaamoo sax balaa ñuy langu sangu banku mbaa lonku kon na nga ñaan Yàlla musal la ci ay baakaar gis nga malakul mawti suy fëgg bul sax daw mbaa di nëbb ma ne soobul sa ay jëf-jëf bañ ko ne jërëjëf dem sooboo xalangoo suuf si nga xam ne nit amut kenn du boromam bi ko binda keroog nga xam ne fi nga jëm kenn du la gunge mbaa sax wettali ma ne yaay ak bàyyi duñ la toppi astuma laa say soppe life has turned the battle against me for I mean he does what is right he takes what he says you don't dare I don't dare. Mind you, we can fight. I wish thoughts never get caught. So we could sight bright lights. Your demise has missed my life. For you have possessed me with a great possession. See, I can deny. The heart, the mind, and my soul month your death. For I'll never question your demise. For I sing and force a melodious voice to cry. Now you are gone forever. In my dreams, I woke you up with blames. Poor me. I thought I could talk to you, Mom, about my pain. See how I felt in sin. Even my sin in sin I couldn't gain. How I wish you still exist. Do you think things would have been twice as much fun? A heart can never be crucified. But my heart has been crucified. I'm jealous of the rain, the furrows upon your skin. It's closer than my hearts of pain. Oh, I'm jealous of the rain. 'Cause I wish you the best of all this world could give. And I told you when you left me, there's nothing to forgive. But I always thought you'd come back. Tell me all you found was heartbreak and misery. It's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me. Oh, it's hard for me to say that I'm jealous of the way that you're happy without me.
Thank you so much, Yama. Beautiful. We move on to the next now. And Usman Baro is up next. A round of applause.
Good evening once again. My poem is titled Be a Man. Be a man. There is always that one thing you can't get off your mind. The people, the fight, the society that constantly keeps terrorizing the peace you pray to find. Be a man, they say. Be strong. You are the cream of this nation, our pride. Words they keep repeating to earn your trust, set you a trap to make you disappear in the wind. Not only insects seek to suck your blood, have you dead to the cemetery they parade. After turning you into something you are not, they watch you fall just to turn an eye blind. I told you so. The next time you fall, my words will give you a hand from the ground. But tell them, the downfall of a man is not the end of his life. It's the beginning. So call yourself the best and the lowest man in the clan of the worst will reduce you to nothing. When you face your enemy, the best place to be is in your soul, and you shall defeat anything. A man's greatest enemy is doubting himself, and he shall be beaten by everything. His fears, his temptations, his beliefs, he shall be left with none. His destiny shall perish, and grant him a pitiful ending. So be a man and keep struggling. Don't let your tears drown you. Keep trying. Don't let your thoughts chain down your strength. People are watching. Rise every moment a hero who never surrenders without fighting. If you think you are the worst, wait till you meet your neighbor next door, who every day pretends in clean clothes, fall asleep hungry, lying on the floor, thoughts of success lingering on his mind, praying he gets richer than the poor. So be a man while you sleep and snore, even when life is stubborn. Pray for life, because you never know what's in store. You don't really need money to make you complete. You don't also need friends to make you complete. In fact, relationships that are not fulfilling would only see your value deplete, but you can make it only when you contemplate. So be a man and take charge of your responsibilities. The young suckers are looking up to you and your activities to be strong and wise, to conquer their fears and inabilities, so that whenever they look around, they feel the world with them at all times. You are the one for a reason, not to lead a life filled with lies. The family wants to see you work hard and strengthen ties with your kin. Hovering over your body, it's hard to not live from hand to mouth like a destitute, but things will change, because nothing remains as it is forever. So be a man of your word and say to hardship never. This is the breaking point of a man. Jahalo, where you think until your brain begins to boil as if it's in the kalero. So you begin to pray and hope you live long in Suturo. A life is lived well when it's sweet like Sukuro. A poor life is wicked like Masibo, but you would make it, even if you'll put a fish on a plate for Wafiro. See me rocking on the hills, because I'm not part of the Nyokelo. So stay blessed. And when you see me, call me Kanyelang Manso. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And next up is Fatoumata Otamba. A round of applause.
The title of my piece is called Diversity Within. I have trudged life's highway, up and down, watched the lines of men march by. I have seen them in the busy town and see them under the country sky. I have talked with sufferers in the ranks and walked with men whose hands were white, and realized when closed were shops and banks, we are nearly all alike at night. But see, life is full of differences, and that's what makes the life is full of differences, and that's what separates the black from the white, left from right, women from men, traditional from charismatic, liberal from dogmatic, Jew, no Gentile, rich, no poor, Democrat, no Republican. We are all beautiful in our own ways, and this is what makes you and I unique. See, I have studied graphic designing and studying psychology. People look at me and say, what a waste of time, but I say, what a beautiful combination. For just like the rainbow, I am much more diverse than one description. I want to explore what I can be rather than submit to some prescription. For I am colorful, multidimensional, and every day I am more original. So I want you to look into yourself as an individual to see the diversity that is pivotal. For the color of our skin doesn't show in our poetry. We write the human side we are in, and so the canvas of diversity. Thank you.
Slick, is it? Nice. And up next, we are going to go with another young man here. Parliament Cham, a round of applause.
My title is I'm a Dreamer. I'm a dreamer. It goes like this. I have a dream to be a pro in all the things I do. It's not night dreaming, my mindset is narrow. Maybe I am slow, but my ideas are never low. I see you, my foe, you don't want me to grow, but will take no matter how hard I will really have to go. Don't you observe how great I flow? Just understand that I want to go. It's my dream, I'm a daydreamer, so do not pull me back like two, because I have to be on the road. When I think of my undergoes, it's like I'm in snow looking at myself from head to toe, thinking, when will I reach outgrow? Sometimes I feel like I'm a UFO from Plateau, coming down to rescue the poor, but not yet having the ability to do so. But yàlla baax na maa ngi ko sant bés bu nekk xam naa ne mu ngi ma dégg te yaa kamti yaa xule la suy ñëw duma ko yëg parce que damay beera. Other times I thought of using plow to slough misfortune on our show, leave them in limbo. We don't talk on radio, walk in silence, our logo, and success will speak on our behalf from Bonto to Folongo. We becoming jumbos now. If you want to follow us, go through the hollow. If you want to know how amazing Al-Amin does, then I dare you to go and shock the bone marrow. See, I have a dream to be like the Ansars and the Muhajirin. The rope of that brotherhood will continue till Jannah. They stood for each other in truth, establishing righteousness between them, sacrificed their time, life, and wealth, which Allah have granted them. See, I'm lifting heavy weights because I want to be strong like Khalid ibn Walid, to live for truth, being ready for death, striving in the cause of Allah. I want to be fast in memorization like Shafi'i, understand like Bukhari, implement like Hanbali, and filled with wisdom like Imam Maliki. May Allah be pleased with them all. I never wanted to be like Bill Gates, it will only boom regret. I want to be like Zunurain, whom the Prophet celebrated. How about be like Farouk, so I can be realistic and differentiate between Maghrib and Ifrik. It's my dream to leave behind me Sadaqatul Jariyah and incessant charity before I demise and melt like candlestick. Call me the Islamic mechanic who learns physics, decorating the relic from the basic to the peak, being strict, passing verdict for you to be charismatic like Isaac, living harmonic, not being panic whenever you see magic. It's just a tactic. The demonic used to be caustic. My lyrics are not ironic or acidic, and I'm never involved into politics, but politics, God knows. I have a dream to become one of the great prolifics.
As I speak, my words depict the pain that makes my world a stranger to me, wishing for the life I could have but never had. So I whispered to myself, praying for the world to crumble and end my pain, because this load is too heavy for my strength. In the trend of me growing up, I swim in misery, thinking of the outside world in this prison of sex world. With nothing making sense, I find myself in a hole full of nightmares. Wait, how did we get this far? I don't know, but I was but just a child, so who killed me before I could grow up? I was just 9, less than 10, when you took me from my mom's home, telling her that no need to worry, my life is in safe hands. You are my mom's friend, so she trusted you. I paid the price of her trust, became a victim of your evil deeds, lost the taste of freedom when you took me to a country different from mine, created an identity or no identity for me. You waited for the sun to sleep before you could turn me into a sex machine. Now, days went by when you finally made me into a modern slave. Now this time, the sun, asleep or awake, it never mattered. Just for wealth, you sold my pride, disregard humanity, exploit me unjustly. With every night, I tremble with fear, soaked in tears, forced to comply and accept as I watch them force themselves into me, with every man taking his turn. Now I am in the same boat with my future, yet I can save nor change it. So if this is what life offers a poor child like me, tell me, would I be wrong to pray for the world to crumble and end my pain? Thank you.
Thank you for that very touching poem. Right up next is Madlamin Keita. A round of applause for him.
The title of my piece is When I Die. Saya, iko saya tabayla andung atajantula. Saya mangkaku foloti andung atakalaku labanti. Saya mu nyonko molati menka alala jol sendi suo kono. Saya mu niola fanka solati. Saya mu firingolati woto ning fata alkana kumbo aljio min ali sabari. When I die, when my coffin is closed and the divine secret disclosed, do not tint my coffin with your tears. It is the ship that will sail me home. When I die, and all you see is my corpse, do not look at me and mourn. I am sleeping, and in my sweetest dream, where paradise walks towards me. Concerning my sins, let them not bother you. No matter what the devil smokes, God is the Most High. He will take care of that. When I am gone, laugh and rejoice, for a new joy has come. Do not descend me into my grave sobbing. It is my new home. Paradise is cutting. I shall wake up listening to God's lullabies. When I die, do not cry for my departure. I won't be lost and found in a monster's cage. No, I have a guide. Like the night, I shall creep into time. Don't feel sorry or think I am missing. I am feasting on eternal love and bliss. Life begins when the grave consumes you, between the joints of earth and paradise, where my soul hangs onto reality. When I die, do not read this poem and shed tears, or fall back on this day when the gospel of death hallucinates on my tongue. This poem is written by a complex palm, now spilled and returning home, and these words are being spoken by a mortal being, now part of the nitrogen cycle, while heaven refines my soul. To my fans, I love you. I love you so much. When I die, do not visit my Facebook page and send me letters with your tears. Your love, I will receive them, but your tears, I won't receive them. I am being loved up there. I am with my keeper. I am liberated when I die. Thank you.
Thank you, Malamin. Thankfully, you didn't fall. Now we're just going to go to Patricia Gilbert. A round of applause, please.
The title of my piece is November 17. Tell us a story, Mrs. Benson, my class 6 teacher beckoned at me. I knew 1,000 stories, but there was only one that I have ever truly owned. It was the story about November 17. I was only 10, lying across my brother Ben, who was guarding his favorite pen. My sick mother laid at the other end of the bed, wearing a peaceful and childlike smile. As the sun opened her arms, locking the earth into an embrace, I went on both knees, giving thanks for the gift of life. I hurried off to play akara, dressed in my favorite ankara. The sounds coming from my house were louder than gunshots. The sound of lament kept piercing through the thickness, slicing the stillness. I was familiar with that sound, the sound of the death blow which now flew. My mother had journeyed into the afterlife. She had joined the ancestors who now slept. They whispered. My thoughts became a wildfire, my young mind confused. My young heart bled profuse. Everyone that I love eventually dies. Everything that I touch burns. This is my cross, my curse. I cried a river of sorrow so narrow. I wish it was spirituality, but instead it was the ugly face of reality engaging me in a fight. I am fighting a battle of erasing memories, and I have died 1,000 times. On November 17, my heart has been constantly raining, and I have drained in my sorrow. Does anyone have a soul that I can borrow? I repeated, Mama, Mama, over and over again, as if it were a mantra. I have written 1,000,000 poems, hoping that someday, somewhere, somehow, she'll jump out of the pages and be closer to me again. I have missed her calling out my name and how her voice sounded like an ecosystem. My mother has been dead for years now, but on her anniversary, I conjure up her ghost. I have been shaking these years in my boots and in my beliefs. At a tender age, I have learned to stand beside tombstones and cry beside her grave, and I have never been afraid. I am learning to forget this pain. I am learning to forget this pain until there's no more sand left in Gambia. Time will never heal me. I will always be a woman of wounds. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. And the last performer for tonight is Adam Bosch. A round of applause, please.
This poem is titled, We Shall See. Small brains can appear pensive, but big villains, believe me, good people, they can confidently deceive. Faithful friends with big ears, hearing little, in a land of confusion where expectations dwindle. Series of unfortunate events approaching, with so many obstacles in a gloomy journey not simple, but where the prominence of struggle is rekindled. Father is often working, mother praying for a future that will be worth it, a future of meaningful acquired dreams not aborted, a universe of optimism where the chronicles of peace isn't forgotten. So please let me breathe, let me believe, let me achieve and not be aggressive. Instead, let me set goals higher than the sky, envision a palatable future followed by the shade of destiny which none can defy. For it is an illusion to believe you cannot make mistakes, yet most times I call a spade, sometimes I lie. Most times I am confident, sometimes I am shy. Is that truly the reality of nature? Or nature is just pride? Are you a philanthropist? Are you just here to crucify? So please let me breathe. Let me believe. Let me achieve and not be aggressive. Hey, let the poets reason. Cook to can words in the kitchen of our minds, so our hearts feel the depth of literature, lingering in every chamber of our hearts, where through eyes clearly shown, whisper witty wise, well-cooked lyrics to your ears, to purify your hearts by these great works of art. Create a universe of souls extremely smart. Mingle, twinkle, sparkle together, understand one another to a level that even if we were to perish, our souls will still meet and communicate. We'll recite poetry, still contemplate. We'll make it our therapy, minds we emancipate. We'll make it a profession, so Tony, hearts we ventilate. So please let me breathe. Let me believe. Let me achieve and not be aggressive. Kon waxal waaji man ma ne mu dëgër fit ni sama papa ne ko aduna bi ku fi bëgg a dem sa kanam na nga am xol bu set sell. Jamono ji beew réew bu ñu moytuwul dinañu yóbbu si musiba ndax gën di mbindeef yi sax oyofuñu woon torop waaye tamit diisuñu woon torop si digg bi rek leen nekkoon. Kon sëñ bi sama xarit bi waa ji wata doyi doyi ndax maam nee na kuy dem ba jàpp golo si ñaay foog nga doon nandite.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for all the poets once again for those brilliant performances. We've come to the end of the performances, but now it's time to hand over to the judges for their general impressions, because today on this round we're eliminating 4 poets. We have 12 poets, and unfortunately only 8, I believe, would be making it to the next round, which is going to be the semi-finale. Now I hand over to the poets. By Ibrahim, the mic is yours.
Ami, you have a great stamina. Your stamina is just simply amazing. You had a great piece. Your piece was wonderful. One of the best piece, your second piece, the masterpiece, was the best piece today, to be honest. It was the best piece today. You had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful piece. And next you have Iba. Iba, you pick kind of vague topics that I feel that is within your comfort zone. You know, there are certain artists or certain people, they are very good at writing topics on certain areas. For example, just about politics, you know, those type of topics which are a little bit vague and you can jump around it very easily. As the slam is going, your performance or your quality of your performance is actually trimming down a little bit for some reason. I don't know why. It's trimming down, or maybe I'm just seeing certain flaws in you each and every time. The more you perform, the more I see certain flaws. And your pieces are too long. Trim it down. We don't have all the time to listen to a 5-minute piece. No, a piece can just be 1 minute. It just what we are concerned about is the content of the piece and the creativity in the piece, but not the longness. Okay? And next, we have Patricia. Patricia, on this performance of yours, you look like you are just, because you look at one place and you're battling with trying to make sure you memorize your piece. You're performing by trying to remember everything you're supposed to say, but you're not performing as in giving us an entertaining performance where we can actually learn and be wowed about it. You're just reciting. You're not performing. That second piece of yours, you were just reciting. You were not performing for us. So poets, be very, very mindful of that. You can just stand here and have a great piece and just, looking at one place and make sure you don't forget your lines and just be saying it, and just letting it all out. But the ones who come here and memorize their lines and understand the content of their lines and give us a performance with it, those are the ones that actually stand out. That's the leverage that this kid, Keita, has over most of the poets over here. He actually gives us a performance. Iba also gives us a performance too. But the problem with his performance sometimes is too long and the topics are a little bit too vague and the topics are sometimes repeating itself. He repeats itself all the time. So those are just a few comments I will give. I don't want to give a general on each and every one. It's just a few ones I just pinpoint out. I gave my points. I have my points already. Chernogay will say his comments and we add the points together and we'll give the final results. But let me just give you a heads up. It's kind of disappointing.
All right, I'm going to be brief. One line for each performer. I said to Saho, your piece on gender stuff, that was good. That was good. Great performance. I said to DM Kamara, good piece. I love the way you bring the realities out, but I would have loved to see more wordplay, more literary devices, more creativity. Ami Sohna, that piece was A, like nothing else. That thing was A. Mohammed Iba, your poem was a little too long for me, and you were also a little too fast. I think also you could have, the topic was a little too open. You could have brought it home a little closer so that we can relate to that. Yama Danso, your Wolof is epic. That's the word. Your Wolof is dope. I don't know anything about this song, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a judge. I'm not the kind of poet that mixes poetry with music. If you're going to do music, that's your business. You do music. But when I do judge poetry, if you add music to it, I'm not giving you any point or taking any points from you. Actually, I will not give you any point for the music. If the music sucks, I'm not marking you down. Right? It's poetry, not music. So we go. Usman Barrow. This is what I have to say about this piece you did. That was the most mature poem I've heard. Right? And I think more people need to hear this, especially young men that are growing up need to hear messages like this. I would put that poem on an audio and make a video of it, right? Fatoumata Tamba, that poem was good. The end was dope. It was short, brief, the end, you killed it. Okay, Parlamin Cham, I have a dream. Okay, so the message was incredible, but I think you were going too fast. It seemed to, I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of myself in my Poetry Slam final. I was just concerned about speed, and I think you need to slow down a little because it was fuzzy. We were struggling to get the words, right? Bintu Sane, that poem was an A game too. I have nothing to say about it, no critics. MLK, the poem, when you say when I die, I was like, yeah, Champion did that. But he doesn't own it. You did justice to the poem, and I respect that. Patricia Gilbert, I didn't feel much. I just felt like somebody was just standing there talking, and it's spoken word, right? So I expect you to perform. What that means is your words should take 40% of what you're doing, and your body should communicate the remaining 60%. I saw no 60%, I only saw 40%. Adam Amboj, great job, bro. All right, guys, good luck. So we'll mark those up, and that's it.
Well, Jenaba is basically not going to say anything for our part. We'll just give the judges like that, and then we'll come up with who's making it to the next round. I have this gap open for any freestyle, any poet in the building. All right, yes, please.
I have just a short poem, and it goes like this. About some years back, I met my dream boy, not in a park, but a place endeared to all except a jerk. In his eyes, I see solutions which I lack. Therefore, his presence in my life drives away the dark, leaving me with nothing but the most costly mark. This mark isn't a rag, but a happiness-filled sack. He is my rose flower. With him, I can climb the world's highest tower. The mere sight of him gives me the power to lower greater things within an hour. And even though my dream boy is far, my love for him will never grow sour. It will continuously grow stronger. This I will ensure. Isn't he a gentleman? I mean, he is my guide. It's as if he was sent by the Almighty to be my source of light. He is the most vital ingredient in my diet, and annoyed with him, I lose appetite, sight, and feel tired. For his eternal joy, I will fight. In the process, even if tied, I will bite. He is my colorfully flying kite, and about him, I will always proudly write. My pen, my dream boy. Thank you.
In the building, we like to use this moment to discover new poets. Hello. We have nurses in the building as well. We like to see it. We like the diversity. Do we have any other poets here? Any other performer, a comedian, a singer? We saw one of our poets do some magic here today. Someone there? You are? Okay, I saw you putting down the tablet, so I thought I would have something interesting there. But do we have anyone in the building? Seems we don't have any poets. I would have loved to do some poetry, but these days, oh wow, just look at how they turn. I like to keep mine for the finale, even though I like disappointing them on the finale. I've not been writing much lately. I guess I've just been walked up, but I've been having lines, and sometimes I just write them in my notes. And I don't memorize anymore, so that makes me a bad performer. I could have been holding my iPhone and just going through my notes and just, flipping through and just giving you some spoken word poetry. Unfortunately, I can't do that. If that sounds like a spoken word piece, I bet I'm disappointing you already because it doesn't sound like one. But yes, I guess we'll just take a short break. We'll take a breather and be right back. When we come back, the judges would give us their scores and we would know the 4 contestants leaving the slam today. Stay with us.
Have Jane Abature give us the honors of announcing, first of all, the top 5 performers of today who are automatically going to qualify to the next round.
So it's tough, and judging is never easy, but we did it. And yeah, you're all great. You're all great poets. And if you're eliminated today, it's not like you're not good. You're amazing, but certain times in life we need to be beaten down and get back up stronger. So this is not the end, okay? Here we go. Let's have Yama Danso on stage. Come forward. Usman Barra, come forward. Ami Sohna, come forward. Modlamin Keita, come forward. And Adam Mboch, come forward. Can somebody give these wonderful people a round of applause? They're the top 5 for today. They have made it to the top 5 of our list today, and you guys did amazing. Congratulations. Okay.
Forward. Tamba, come forward. Bintu Sane, come forward. Between these 3 wonderful poets, one has to go home. So we're judging you based on your performance of today. Back in the other rounds, in the auctions, in the auditioning and stuff like that, we used to say that okay, but based on your last performance, we have to give you another chance and stuff like that, but we're in the quarterfinals based on your performance today. That's why Yama Danso has been part of the top 5, because based on her performance today, she did a wonderful job. Tamba, you're safe. Between these two great poets, one has to go home. Wonderful performances since the Poetry Slam has started. You guys have been an amazing artist, performing artists, whatever, but you guys, hands down, has represented what you guys came for, and you have delivered, you have done justice to your pieces. But unfortunately today, Mohammed Iba, you have to go home. So Bintu, you're safe. Out of this 4, one will proceed. 3 are going. You know, we have to eliminate 4 today. Nope, it's quarterfinals. So Mohammed Iba has gone. It's 3 people left to go home. Parlament Cham, sorry, you have to go home. So between Aissatou Saho and Seydou D.M. Kamara, one has to stay, one has to go home. Who do you want to stay? Well, unfortunately, both of them can't stay. Seydou M. Kamara, congratulations, you're safe. So, Mohammed Iba, Aissatou Saho, Patricia Gilbert, and Parlament Cham are the ones eliminated for the quarterfinals. The rest have proceeded through the semifinals. Patricia Mulushi will tell us when will be the next round. But for the performance of the night, the poet of the night today, according to the points, is Adam Mboch.
Thank you so much once again. Thank you to all the judges. Bye. And congratulations. How do you feel once again?
I'm thrilled.
You are thrilled. That's the word, thrilled. Can we have all the poets join us on stage, the semi-finalist? All of you, please, all of you join me on stage, join us on stage. As we close the the quarter finale, actually. This has brought us to the end of the quarter-final rounds. Here at Ibo John Theatre, we are going to the next round with 8 poets. Thereafter, we'll have to eliminate 3 poets from that round because only 5 will make it to the finale. Keep up this ride with us, of course. I'll be taking you all through the way. My name is Fati Alika Muloshi, executive producer. It's been an honor bringing you the program here on GRTS TV, my home. We'll come again next round as well, which is going to be the semi-final. And by Ibrahim, going to be with us once again, right? Till we come your way again, bye-bye, and thank you all for coming through.